All right, what is good about your boy Bar Time Student? Today we're back here on GTA 5 once again for episode 6 of Rice to Nice. We got something a little different today, a little interesting, a little special, you could say. I've been loving doing the series so far, and I do appreciate all of you guys for viewing it and liking it and sharing it with your friends. Please continue to do that and subscribe if you haven't already and if you're still enjoying the series. And also, please comment what car you guys would like to see on the series if I haven't done it yet. So today, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we've got episodes 1 through 6, all of these cars here. Check those out if you haven't already. But today we have the Declasse Impaler SZ, or the Chevy Impala SS. I think the 94 or 96 model. I'm not completely sure. This is a cool car. I'm glad they added it. Pretty iconic 90s muscle car. It's pretty sick, though. Obviously not in this condition, of course. This is pretty fucking horrible. I tried to make this one really, really bad, but it actually ended up turning out kind of cool looking. But obviously there's a lot of eyesores here. We've got the blood splattered paint, red wheels, red tinted headlights, massive fucking splitter for some reason with canards and a tow hook. The rear bumper is gone and has been replaced with the most massive diffuser I could find. And this would most likely be your last choice for a time attack car, so it just looks so off here. You got Bosozoku pipes, massive wing. The livery's kind of fucked up too because you can still see the white stripes through the white. Pick the worst grill option. There's just a lot of eyesores here, man. There's not a whole lot of customization on this car, but I'm still going to show you guys how to make it clean because sometimes when you do have just very minimal amounts of customization, it is kind of hard to make a car look good. So today, we're going to make it look good regardless. But again, I'm glad that this car was released. It's pretty sick. I'm glad I'm finally getting around to customizing it and having some fun with it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get all of this disgustingness off. They picked a really good engine sound for this, by the way. Let's go ahead and revert everything back to stock so we have a clean slate to work with, and I will catch you guys when we do that right now. All right, we have reverted everything back to stock, and now doesn't this just look so much better? I swear, this is one of the few cars in the world that just looks really, really good stock. Like, it just needs no anything at all, and it just looks good. I mean, it's a timeless classic anyways. So it's always going to look good, but we're going to try to spice it up just a little bit, throw some personal touches on it, and have some fun with it. Also, this car has something really special, but you're going to have to wait to the end of the video to see what that is. It has something you can do that we have been able to do for a long time, but can't do on certain cars anymore, and this car you can do it on. So stick around to the end of the video, and I'll show you that cool little trick. But let's go and get right into it. First things first, as I've always said, a good starting point for every build is the color. It's going to help you formulate everything together, add accent pieces later on, and it's just a good basis for the build to kind of visualize what direction you'd like to go with it. So we're going to change the color first. Let's go down to respray here, and a good thing to note, we have a lot of chrome on the car, so we're going to want a darker color to really make that pop a little bit more. Like for instance, black. I don't want to go with black, but this is honestly the best color that the car looks good in. I just don't know if I want to go with black. I almost want to do a pearlescent, or maybe even like a dark red. We've already done Cabernet red, so I don't want to do that again. But a dark red could look really, really good here. Kind of just trying to test out all my options, kind of see which direction we want to go. A dark blue I think would look really good also. Maybe not like as dark as a midnight. That one's a little too indigo-ish for me. Maybe even like a galaxy blue. I kind of do just want to go black, and I feel like this would be the car to do it. It looks good in white, it looks good in red, even a silver would look good, but I think black is gonna be the color we're gonna have to go with this for this car, honestly. And I hate to say that, but I don't think anything else is gonna look good, man. I mean, it will, but it's just too timeless. I hate to be kind of cookie cutter with that, but dude, it's just gonna look the best. I feel like everything else is gonna be too much, too tacky. So we're just gonna go with black here. I think it's gonna be a black type of day. No pearlescent, no nothing. We're gonna go clean and simple for this car because I think that that's what it deserves. I mean, look at it, dude. it already looks good just like this. No customization. So I think black is the way to go. No crew emblem, of course, and it goes over the chrome trim anyways. But again, we have so much chrome trim on this car that black is going to work, I feel, better than any other color. But if you did want to go with other colors, there are definitely some that could work. A really dark green, a really dark red, or a really dark blue are really going to be the colors that set this car off. White is not bad. I would just go with like a off-white instead of just like a pure white. But yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Black is just too fitting for this car, so we got to go with it. Now let's get to the fun parts, the actual exterior. And again, all the performance stuff is maxed out on this car, and we have the armor at 40%. It's just something I used to do with speed glitches, so I still do it to this day. Just in case they come back one day, or some cars work and some don't. We'll never know. I might do some testing in the future, but let's get into front bumpers. Again, like I said, this car does not have very many options, but from the options that we do have, I can already tell that I like this touring bumper the best. It doesn't change anything but add some vents and like some lights at the bottom. I believe like, I don't even know what those would be. I'm assuming fog lights, even though they're really tiny. Wish we could get some strobes in this game. That's what we really need, Rockstar. Get some strobes up in here. Let me throw a Ruiner kit on this bitch. Make everything an LS400. I really don't hate that vent in the front bumper. Kind of does a little something for me. So I think we'll throw in the touring bumper. It adds more than it takes away. This car's already very, very round, and the front bumper just seems lacking. And these lights in that vent just help it add a little bit more, add a bit more flair to it. And again, the rear bumper, we don't have much either. We have the bumper delete, which I'm just completely against. The only time I think that would even maybe work would be a drag build, but even then, dude, the stock bumper and everything else just looks so much better. The touring bumper, however, there's a very slight difference here. But if you pay close attention to the flaring on the rear bumper, it gets more drastic. Just a little bit. It's not much. It's kind of hard to notice. But it's a lot more drastic, and there is a cutout right there in the middle of the rear bumper, which I actually do like quite a bit. I like that cutout being there. Just adds a bit more flair. It opens things up, adds more than it takes away. So I think we're going to go touring bumper here as well, just because it does look the best in my opinion. Now the exhaust, we've got a lot of options for this. We've got the chrome tuner, chrome track, the big bores. All these are going to look good. We got blast pipes. I'm just not a fan of Bose Suzuki pipes on most cars. This car would probably look okay with some blast pipes if they were smaller and less angulated. If they were just straight out the back, like a good 4 or 5 inches, that would look pretty sick in my opinion. This car kind of works with side exits, I'll be honest, with some boom tubes. And it definitely could work with a drag exhaust if you had like a drag build going on. But I'll be honest, this car's really slow, even max upgraded. So I don't really know if that would really work. Because this car's really not that fast. I mean, you could probably get some wheelie glitches going and maybe make it work, but this car is not very competitive, to be completely honest. It's a cool looking car, and it's sick, but it's more of a collector's item or just a slow cruiser, so we don't want to go with that. Honestly, I'm thinking, and this could just be me, I love big bore exhaust, man. I don't know what it is. I just really, really love them. Honestly, the stock exhaust even looks really cool. But big bores just do something for me, man. I don't know what it is. They look really good every single time. Again, I don't hate the boom tubes here just because of how big the rear bumper is, and we don't have an exhaust cutout, so it kind of looks funny having the exhaust in the rear. It almost looks like it's more made to be a side exit car. But I'm just not feeling side exits, and you'll kind of see why later on in the video, why we don't want to do that either. I think big bore is the way to go. Either big bore or stock, I feel, would look best on this car. Just because that turn down right there, it's nice. I don't know what it is. I wish it was a bit bigger. But I think we go big bore here. We just have to. We just have to. It'll feel wrong if we don't. Now, front diffusers, or front splitters, it should be. I don't know why it's called a front diffuser. That actually could be a typo. But I'm gonna be honest, all these look bad too. I mean, we've got carbon splitters, dude. What world would you want to throw carbon on this car? You know what I mean? Unless, of course, you're making like a full carbon chassis for a drag build, right? But what world would you want to do that? Obviously, I'd love for us to have like a little chin spoiler or something, but They don't like giving us those in games, and I don't know why, man, because they look good on everything, especially older, like 90s and 80s and earlier cars than that. We just need a nice chin splitter, man, a nice little chin, a nice little ABS plastic, dude. That's all we need, Rockstar. You don't have to give us all this stupid fucking Forza aero. It doesn't look good 90% of the time unless you're making a track build, and most of these cars aren't even really meant for that. So, like, if we had this lip with no connecting rods, or whatever those are called, I still can't remember the name, and it was just black ABS plastic, dude, it'd be fucking awesome. I mean, obviously, maybe a little less drastic, but it would be perfect. But it just does not look good, so I can't do it. No splitter type of day. Grill. This is important, because we want to play with the chrome that we have, but we don't want too much chrome either. Paint match would not look bad here. That's a bit too much chrome, and that is way too much chrome. That almost looks more like a... I can't think of the name of the car. Like a Crown Vic, almost. Like an older Crown Vic. It's just too much, too much. And I don't hate that, but it's just way too much chrome now. I honestly think that our best bet here is either going to be the stock grill or the chrome bars. I really do not hate the chrome bars, unironically. I think we do go chrome bars. I think we want to play with the chrome. Even though I do really like this one. I think we play with the chrome here. We'll go chrome bars for now. That could be subject to change. Headlights. Definitely don't want any headlight tint on this. Again, we want to play with the chrome, play with the clear. And I think that this would just work best without anything like that. So we're going to keep the stock headlights. The hood. In my personal opinion, this car is going to look best with just a flat stock hood. But I don't want to be super basic with it. So let's see if we can find something that's pretty simple, pretty clean. I'm trying to go for like a nice clean street slam, like slammed cruiser kind of thing here, right? We definitely don't want a massive drag cow. That one's not bad. I really don't hate this one. It's got the performance dials in it. That's kind of cool. Very drag-esque. And it's very subtle. You can't even notice the dials unless you're in first person, which is pretty cool. I like that. I don't hate that at all. But it is a bit too large, I feel. It could work, but I think it's a bit too large. I think we want something more like this lifted hood. I feel like it's perfect. It matches the body lines of the stock hood. It just slightly exaggerates it upward just a tiny, teensy little bit, and I think it adds a nice body line off the car. Also matches up with the grill, and you know I'm a sucker for symmetry, so we're going to go lifted hood here. Lights, we don't need to mess with. Livery, there's not a whole lot that really looks good on this car. I mean, obviously, your typical racing stripes are going to look good in certain ways. If you put, like, if you're going, like, full, like, donk, there's some good liveries on here, but you can't really do that unless you Benny's merged the car. The flames don't look horrible. They're just too much for me. Liveries don't look good on cars with, like, chrome side moldings. They just don't. You'd have to get rid of the side moldings and, like, paint match it, but there's not an option for that. So, unfortunate, but would not really work. I don't like any of these, to be completely honest. Other than maybe the blood splatter. That was just funny. Plates, again, we're going to keep this for now. We're still riced out, so we got to keep the got rice. Rear diffusers. Why even put these options in? You know what I mean? Like, who's putting this on their car? Please tell me you guys aren't. I understand you're trying to make it look lower and stuff like that, but dude, hanging diffusers on an Impala SS, like, come on, man. This is the only one that looks good, and we're not making a drag build, so I'm not using it. The drag chute makes sense. All these other ones don't make sense at all. Again, you could have added some, like, plastic, like, mud guards, like, coming off the back, like rear molding. Something. But we just get lazy and put Forza aero in the game. It doesn't look good, man. This is way too much. Way too much. Please don't ever use that on a car you're not making like a track build out of, or like a super street performance car, you know. It doesn't work. It never does. Sun strips. I don't know how I feel about putting a sun strip on this car, to be completely honest. I don't really like it because we already have like some like black surrounding with the glass, you know what I mean? Like some tint around the glass. And this just kind of like cuts it off. So I think we go no sun strip today. It's nice and chill, no sun strip. Spoilers. You guys know I'm a sucker for low level, like the small little baby lips. That's NASCAR. That is not working in any way, shape, or form. The drag wings. No, thank you. No, thank you. Actually, I don't. This could work. This is like a 326 wing or whatever. I think it's 326, right? It's like a 326 wing. That is just not working on this car, dude. It's too long. Makes it look funny. Makes it look too funny. So I think the low level lip is 1000% our best option here. It just looks the best, and it adds a nice little flare, and that angulation almost matches the rear bumper's angulation, so it's kind of perfect. Can't ask for everything, you know. Suspension's maxed out, transmission turbo's maxed out. We get down to wheels. Like I said, not many options for this car as far as customization goes, but that's okay because we're going to make this look really clean with the wheel choice. That's going to set it off. Now, again, I do kind of want to go like a VIP build here. I know this is a muscle car. Okay, I know. But we can't really make it a donk. I mean, I guess we could with like something like this, you know. This would look sick, some deep flakes. That's always going to work. Black face, chrome lips. It's going to work. We need chrome lips, that's for sure. I would like to go fully chrome wheels, though. But we're not going to have many options. But I do want to make this a nice slammed cruiser. We could make it a donk, but it's just not going to be the same as like actually putting massive fucking wheels on it, you know. So I really don't hate these. These would be the best. I think these big mamas would be the best, like, OEM Plus style. Again, with, like, some black faces. These look really good on a lot of muscle cars. Definitely not doing RPF 1s. Those could maybe work in black if you're doing, like, black on black. But we have chrome. We don't want to do black on black here. Unless we have a chrome lip. That's the one caveat, right? So yeah, not many wheels are going to look good on here. I mean, you could even really do the Steelies if you wanted to. That could almost work. Of course, your muscle wheels are all going to look good too. Again, better in all chrome, but it is what it is. You can't really chrome these wheels, unfortunately. Those could potentially work as like donk wheels, right? But we're not making a donk. We want something that's really going to set this thing off. Some nice chromed, spokey wheels, right? That's what I feel is really going to make this car shine. Those don't look bad either. Those are a little much. Those could work in black. Or like a deep silver. Like a stone silver. I don't think we're going to be able to use really any of these unless we're doing black faces on the chrome, because these just... Ooh, wait a minute. Those kind of work. Keep those bookmarked. Put them in the back pocket. Those kind of work. I don't know what it is, but that three-piece kind of works for me. Let's just see what this looks like with a black face. It's not bad, but it's just too much, you know? Not enough chrome, I feel. Well, it's not going to work. Damn it. Well, let's go for old reliable. Chrome SUV wheels. Ooh. Ooh. This category's always awesome for stuff like this. We're having some bangers in here, man. Don't even hate those, honestly, but not going to work for what we're going for. The Ash VIPs always look good. Every single time. Ooh, wait a minute. Those are like work Euro lines, bro. That kind of fucking works. Hold on, that kind of works. Bookmark them. Bookmark them. You know, all the muscle wheels are going to work too. They're just too good, man. Let me do some more looking. Again, this is what's going to take me the longest in the video, but I am really liking these, so we could end up going with these. But let me do some looking. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back with you guys because I don't want to waste your time of me scrolling through wheels for 20 minutes. So, BRB. Okay, so we're sticking with these, the work Euro lines. Mostly because I looked it up just because I was trying to see like what other people, like what other wheels people are running on this car. I mean, obviously most of the things that pulled up on like Google Images were donks, right? Most of these cars are made into donks, or they're just made into like your simple, typical like OEM Plus muscle cars, right? Some of them are slammed on like some different wheels and stuff like that, but like not really. Funnily enough, nobody has made like a Bipu VIP style build for this car with like some Japanese wheels on it. Insane to me, because I think this would be like a really sick, I mean, just like American version of a VIP car. Because I mean, that's really all VIP and Bippu builds are, right? They're just big body Japanese like cruisers, right? V8 most of the time, like your LS 400s, stuff like that. I'm really surprised. This makes me want to go out and buy one of these and throw some work Euro lines on it and just slam it to the fucking floor. Obviously, I know that could be like a sin, right? Because this is a muscle car and it's American. But, dude, something about this just looks right. It looks so good. I'll throw you guys my honorable mentions, though, while we're here. Because there are some really good wheels that look good on this car. Aside from these, most of which are in the chrome SUV category, of course. I mean, these look really good too. I can't remember exactly what wheels these are based off of, but I know they're JDM. I just can't remember. So those look really good. These wouldn't look horrible for another VIP build, right? These always look good. OBRS is just kind of work on everything. They don't really particularly work here. And of course the dash VIPs work too, of course, but we have to go with the cutters, dude. They're too good. There are some other ones, of course, if you wanted to go like the lowrider route, of course, like most of these spokey wheels are going to work. Like the wire wheels. Because these cars were made into lowriders as well. Again, they're a big body 90s sedan. I mean, they were just all made into lowriders back then, honestly. A lot of the muscle car wheels work too, particularly... I like these the most, the Krakos. They're kind of the best in my opinion. If you wanted to go for like more muscle-esque, these aren't terrible either. Those aren't too bad. Those are pretty good, honestly. The Camaro wheels, I can't remember. The rallies, maybe, I think they're called the rallies. I can't remember. Like the old school Camaro wheels. I could be right on that. I don't know. Those don't look horrible either. But for what we were going with, we had to throw the cutters on, dude. These aren't bad. These would also probably be my second option, the Wangan Masters. They look really good too. Maybe even something like that. Maybe even something like that. I don't know. I just felt like we needed like a massive fucking wheel with like no spokes, just big faces, right? So it kind of works. Everything else is just a bit too basic for me. These just look, God, they look like they were meant for the car. Why has nobody thrown a set of work Euro lines on an Impala SS yet? It actually angers me. I was really hoping to see one. Because when I put these on, I was like, dude, I wonder if anybody's done this yet. And they haven't. Somebody go out there and buy one of these and do this. Send me a picture and let me see it in person, because I think it would be awesome. Window tint. You guys know me. 99.99% of the time, I'm going to say go light smoke. Because dark smoke and limo is too much. You want to show off the interior. But we've got a really basic interior here, right? It's a 90s car. We've just got all black. There's nothing special going on here. And with the shape that this car is taking, I'm just going to say it, man. Limo tint works here. And it's because the interior is so dark that there's not too much of a transition from the fishbowl of the front glass to the sides. Which is most of the time why I don't like doing that, because as you can see, light smoke is pretty similar to what tint the windshield tint is. But on most cars, it's just completely just like this. Like it's just complete fishbowl all the way around, including the front glass. But for some reason here, it looks like the front glass might actually have a little bit of tint to it. So I think limo works unironically here. I think it really does work. Again, the 0.001% time I'm going to tell you guys to put limo tint on a car, but it works here perfectly. It just does. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the build, and it honestly, I'm really happy with how this turned out, to be completely honest. Well, let's go ahead and get into the build sheet now, and I'll kind of give you guys the full breakdown of all the parts on the car in case you want to know, and then we'll go from there. I'll see you guys just 1 second. Okay, here is the build sheet. Armor, we've got 40%, of course. All of the performance upgrades are maxed out. That would include your engine, turbo, transmission, and suspension. For the bumpers, we have the Touring front bumper. It just looks the best in my opinion. The stock one is just too plain. I don't hate just the vented bumper, but I feel like the one with the fog lights or indicators or whatever those are is just oh so perfect. So we threw those on because it just works. It just works, man. It adds some class. It splits up the paint a little bit and just throws in some details that add more than they take away. Rear bumper, we did the same thing. We went with the touring bumper as well because again, the rear bumper is just a little too basic. I do like the flaring on it though. It just is oh so perfect. But throwing in that little cutout just added in something even more, you know, a little bit extra. And in a perfect world, I would probably just pick this bumper, but something about that cutout right there just does a little something for me, so I really like this. So we threw it on. It just adds more than it takes away again, and I just think it works. But obviously, the bumper delete does not work here at all or ever, so we're not using that. The exhaust, there's a couple of good options here. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would just keep it stock, because I feel like stock is probably the best one. But in order to throw some more personal touch on it, I did go chrome big bore. I think it's... I'm just a sucker for big exhaust, man. And with how good this car sounds, why would you not want to put one on there? You know what I mean? Because most of the time you don't get backfire from the stock exhaust, and you don't hear. So I had to throw it on there. However, I would like some blast pipes that were just sticking straight out of the car with no angle. And of course chrome, because why are we putting like gold tips on these? I just don't know, Rockstar, what are we doing? Side exits will unironically work here as well. Boom tubes just kind of work on these cars just because of how big the rear bumper is. It tends to hide the exhaust, which is kind of what it does with the chrome big bore. So the chrome side exits will work. Never do titanium, it looks fucking terrible. Even the drag exhaust would work, but it does not work with our current build. So we're not using them either. Front diffuser, no front diffuser. All these look fucking horrible. Why in the world can we not just get like an ABS chin spoiler in this kind of style, which was no carbon and no rods coming off of it? Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Canards are never going to work here either. It just doesn't work, man. It's too much. It looks silly. Grill, we went with chrome bars. I really like the stock one, to be completely honest. And I really like the painted one, but we need to play with the chrome while we have it here. It sets off the paint. Of course, we just went with like a classic black, but I think the chrome bars just works, man. I think it works. I think we need chrome on this car. The more chrome, the better here. Headlights, of course, no headlight tints. They just do not look good. Hardly ever. So none there. Hood, I really do like the stock hood. I wish we could have got like a flat variant also. I think that would have maybe looked the best, but we decided to go lifted hood because it adds just a little bit of extra flair, adds to the body lines a bit, and does make it look more mean, aggressive looking. So did go with that. All of these are just a bit too much in my opinion, and they don't really look that good. I think the smoother hoods look better, and all of these are just way too much, so we decided to go against those. No livery either. There's a couple of things I feel could maybe look good on this car, but I just didn't really like any of them. Again, we have chrome side molding and chrome everywhere, so the liveries just kind of don't work on cars with this stuff like that, unless you have like, unless you can paint match the side moldings, and it just doesn't work. So we decided against that. Plate, we can officially change to yellow on black, the best one, and it is officially not rice. It is ×2 spec now. Ooh, and it looks so damn good. Rear diffuser, no rear diffuser either. I don't know why you would put these on, other than the wheelie bar in the chute, because this could definitely be a drag car. Definitely 1000%. These are too much, man. This in no world is this gonna be a time attack car. I mean, I'm sure I would love to see it done in real life, honestly. But these things are heavy, dude. Heavy in the handle like boats. So I'm not even sure why you would have these options, unless maybe you're making a drift car. That could potentially work. But I just, they just don't work, man. They don't work. Do not work. Respray, of course. We just went with the classic black today. Simple, clean, and efficient. Nothing crazy at all. Just classic black for primary and secondary. However, other colors that would look good on this car, in the particular form we have, would be like a dark red with like a nice pearlescent, right? Like a Cabernet red, maybe even like a candy red, honestly. But we wanted to play with the chrome, so we decided for black. Even a dark green would kind of work here, to be completely honest. And then you've got like a dark blue would work also really well. But black fit the build way too much. This is like definitely VIP style. Sun strips, we decided against that because we already have tint around the window, around the front windshield. And that just kind of doesn't really work in my opinion. I don't really like the shape of it or the size of it or how it cuts off some of that tint. So I think the stock window just looks good. Spoiler went with the low level lip. I think it makes the most sense here. It also looks the most clean. The rest of these are too much. We've got a NASCAR wing. We've got like a 326 wing, and it just looks kind of funny to put a wing on this car, to be completely honest, let alone track and drag wings. Like, it's just way too much. So the low level lip works the best. Suspension, of course, we're maxed out as well. Transmission turbo max. Wheels. There are quite a few that could look good here, but the chrome SUV cutter wheels or the work Euro lines just, oh man. Oh man. Perfect. Perfect for what I had envisioned. And they're not too far off from like some like donk style wheels either, so they work really well. But you'll see why these work even better after we're done with the build sheet, because I'm going to show you guys something that you're going to enjoy, and it's going to make this car look even better. It has something special, okay? It has a little something special. Again, no tire lettering or enhancements, nothing like that. And then the windows, again, 99.9% of the time I'm going to tell you guys to go light smoke so you can show off the interior. And because the front windshield is typically more fishbowl than this, but this car actually looks like it might have some front tint on the windshield. So dark smoke limo unironically works here, especially with the style of car we've built. And we're all black. We're blacked out with some chrome accents. It's very Bipu, very VIP. Had to throw some tint on it. It just looks good. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the build. I'm going to show you guys one quick little trick as soon as we get this car outside that you're really going to enjoy, because it makes it so much fucking better. And then we'll go on our test drive and get right into the edit. So I'll catch you guys in just 1 second. All right. So here we have it. Our beautiful car out here in the sun. The sun's rising. It's a nice morning. Damn, this thing looks sick. However, we can make it look even fucking cooler with this simple trick. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this car is able to be stance glitched. And if you're not an OG and you don't know what that means, of course stance could be the wrong terminology, but whatever, that's what it's always been called. You can slam this car even lower than what it will let you do inside of like Los Angeles Customs with the custom suspension and stuff, right? All you have to do is take out a weapon. I prefer to use the Special Carbine Mark II. You can use pretty much anything. One of the best ones is the Marksman rifle or the Marksman pistol, but I prefer using the Special Carbine with a suppressor and a flashlight on it. And all you have to do is just aim at the bottom of the wheel right here, right under the rotor. You can click in on your right stick to zoom in, click right on D-pad to turn the flashlight on, and then you just shoot until you hear the body of the car drop twice. You'll hear ka-chunk, ka-chunk, just like this. That's one. That's two. And it is fully slammed right there. You go around and do that to all 4 of the wheels. Boom. I think we already had it drop twice there. You cannot do this with bulletproof tires. Do not put bulletproof tires on if you want to do this. It also helps to have the armor around 40%. Some cars do explode. So keep that in mind. But generally, right here is where you're going to want to shoot. Right at the rotor or right under the rotor is perfect. Anywhere else could potentially pop the tire. Some cars will let you do it right here or right here, but sometimes you'll end up with bullet holes on the car. So this is why this is the best place to shoot. Some cars are different, though. This particular car, you just shoot right under the rotor. You just go around and do that to all 4 wheels. And now do you guys see why I wanted to do like a Bipu VIP build? Look how fucking slam this thing is, dude. Oh my god, it looks fucking sick. And the sun's hitting it now. Oh, it's just so perfect. Even with the yellow headlights. Oh, dude, it's so sick. This thing looks fucking sick, and it is absolutely dumped. So let's take it for a quick test drive, pull up to the edit spot, and finish off there. Again, even with everything maxed out, this car is super slow. Unless you're going sideways and double clutching, you can't even really get it to break traction. But that's okay, man. It's a slow, pimped out cruiser. That's what's supposed to be, right? It don't gotta be fast. It handles like a boat because it is one. It's big, it's heavy, but it's sick. And that, honestly, is all that matters. But it's sick, dude. It's a great car. Love it. Even though there's not much customization, you don't really need it. We got to watch out for those because when you're this low, this car does clip on some curbs, so it will destroy it. So you just kind of got to be careful. But I have the perfect edit spot in mind. You guys probably know where I'm heading, to be completely honest. But I felt it was just too fitting, which is why we're going here. And ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. Let's arrive in style, of course. We're at the turnabout at Grove Street. Why not, man? This felt like the perfect spot. And boom. God, it looks so good. This thing turned out way better than I thought it was going to. But ladies and gentlemen, the car is no longer Rice. We have made it nice. It's been your boy Bar Time. Still catch you guys in the next one. So go ahead and get to the edit right now.
Another day, another dollar living in the bay. Hustling for my baby, trying to plan my escape. I ain't staying in the matrix, really trying to get my papes.